Hi all, welcome back. More Fields of Fire. This is the Normandy campaign, mission 1, Trevieres offensive. This is my take 2 part 12. Right, so yeah, I've been away for a bit today, but should be able to settle down now for a couple of parts and see if I can achieve to get this mission finished. Probably not today, but tomorrow. But we'll see. You never know. I might get peace and quiet here today, this evening, and maybe we'll be able to bash it all in. Okay, so we left it. Yeah, we're just about to start turn 8. Things improved, muchly so, and we also got lucky when not and having to draw 7 cards to not get a contact from that gully draw there. Thought we were only drawing 5 cards, then realised we were actually only at contact. Had to draw another 2, which was kind of scary, but we got through that. So no enemies on the map. However, we are going to. I guess we're probably going to push into both of these. I think this turn. I don't think I should push into these 2. I think I should take the objectives first. If we have time left over, hopefully we can take these for the extra experience points. But the way this mission's been going, I want to get into the objectives now. Now, the thing I'm worried about. Well, the fact we're at contact just now. We looked at this just finishing off there. The fact we're at contact for a B card. It's a 5 card draw. However, if we drop to no contact, which we can do because we're firing on cards, if we created a ceasefire and everything right now, or if I fired off a pyrotechnic ceasefire, everything would stop firing into these 2 cards, and then we would actually have no contact, and then it'd be an automatic potential contact. However, if we leave the fire going on the cards, then obviously our units moving in there are going to get shot up. But I'm sure there's. I mean, what? Just to try and avoid that, should we bother? The good thing about the fact that there's VOFs there is we can infiltrate into the cards and not make the mistake that we made the last time, try to seek for cover, just infiltrate onto the card, not bother about cover, and then they don't have that -2 coming along with them from the exposed marker. And this one in particular, we can actually move into the trenches. Yeah, I noticed there was trenches here as well. We've got a nice wee assault team sitting there, so that could be... It's tempting that, but the thing is, we would need to be doing that with more than likely we'd need to be doing that with general initiative, and he wouldn't be able to infiltrate into there, so he would be exposed under the trenches, but I would basically cancel the exposed out, so it's not terrible, but there's no, like I say, these aren't a priority. I think these 2 are a priority. So I'm maybe just going to stop firing in there and just go in and take the auto. I mean, the first potential contact draw will be an auto, but I would like to think that then, well, I think it's more than likely, or maybe it's like an absolute certainty that we will then move into being in contact rather than no contact. So then the second potential B contact will at least have to draw 5 cards and see. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, and that tip given from whoever it was. Actually, there was a name there. Sorry. Oh damn! It was on the. I remember noting the name. I think I might have commented before on some of my video footage. Sorry, but it was a good tip. Moving on, and then firing the smoke. Right. Well, once we get to it, I'm going to pause. Like I say, I'm definitely looking for this one, moving on under the trenches, infiltrate into the trenches with something, and more than likely infiltrate into this card with something as well. And that'll do it. I mean, this is turn 8, so 8, 9, 10. That'll do us. Then turn 9 we can try and possibly go for these, or maybe even leave it till turn 10 and see. Yeah, and as for tidying up our company a bit, I don't know. That would depend on how many commands we were getting to draw. Oh, and this guy should have went away now, shouldn't he? He was only around for 2 turns, and that was his second turn, so I'll put him away. I don't know exactly when he disappears, but I did mean to take him off in the clean-up step. That was the clean-up phase. That was my plan, but I'd forgot, obviously. Okay, right. Well, yeah, just a wee sort of like look over what we need to start doing. I mean, second platoon's away back here. This is a 50 cal machine gun. The sergeant moved into here to do some work, I think. So he's probably want to come back and get his machine gun and move forward as well. But right, well, let's get started, because we've got an HQ event to kick off with, and then we've got to see how many commands we're going to play with. It's not quite as bad over there as it's been. At least first platoon's got 2 saved, third platoon's got 1, second nothing, COHQ's got 1, the EXO's got 3 saved, first sergeant's got 5. So because that turn, yeah, I was watching back. I'm not quite finished watching back part 9, but yeah, it's a bit dreary. It's a bit dreary. My head's a bit down, and then because I'm drawing terrible commands. But when I look at what I try to do, I don't think it would matter. My position on the board was just, yeah, I'm sure some of you could have come up with better things to maybe do, but I just kind of looked and sort of, it's like staring into the headlights. I was like, what do I do, and ended up not doing an awful lot. However, we got some results from the combat segments, and that's what helped. And then we also got a nice result from the potential contact there. Okay, right. So where's my sequence of play? It's there. Right. Okay, so friendly higher HQ event phase. Let's do this and see if we get something. We do not. Okay, so and this time now the BN HQ is not on the map. So we're going to draw for the COHQ. Now, yeah, that's the thing. Things changed a bit. I started moving things undercover, didn't I? So I need to be careful here. So we've got 3rd Platoon HQ. All this platoon are under this cover marker, the foxholes in the marsh here. And 1st Platoon HQ, all of these, including this fire team, not the COXO, that's a casualty there as well. They're all under that cover marker as well. 2nd platoon is out in the open, and the COHQ is out in the open. So the only communication that COHQ has is with the XO. Like, it could activate the XO, it could activate 2nd platoon, and that's it. It cannot activate 3rd platoon, cannot activate 1st platoon because they're under cover, and it cannot activate the 1st sergeant because he's not got a radio and he's on another card. So that's where we're at. Yeah, might not be. Well, let's see how many cans we get. So he's getting a -1. Yeah, we're at contact. We are at contact still, because there's VLF markers on the map. So that would have been the plus to be in it, no contact. We would have got a +1 for that. However, we're not. So we are green, and we're going to get a -1. Okay, it's a big 4, so that's good. It's not 4 you're getting, though, Grant. It's 3. Right, I'm on it. So I started with 1, I'm getting 3, so I've got 4. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so I noticed myself cheating before. I mean, when I say cheating, I don't mean deliberately cheating. I gave myself an extra command, and I was cringing, but what can I do? I was like 3 turns ago or something like that. Okay, so we've got 4 commands. So I think, the fact 2nd Platoon HQ has not got any commands at all. I think we activate him. Now, do we want to do anything with the COHQ? I don't. I mean, I think I have to create a ceasefire. I don't think. Or could I just have something firing into here with small arms to create a contact situation? That feels a little bit gamey, that, doesn't it? Like, it feels a little bit gamey that you're trying to still keep a fire up there so that there's less chance of a contact appearing. Whether there's somebody that could come up with a story there that would make it sound like it was part of that theme, you know. Maybe, I dare say. It feels like I'm trying to do it in a way just for the game rather than how it should be thought out, if you like. I mean, it's still a 5-card draw they're going to get, but 5 cards is still better than automatic, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, I guess my thought is, how are we going to stop fire here? Well, the 50 cal machine gun, to stop it from firing, we could give it an order, a ceasefire, clearly, or we could move it somewhere. Now, I think, tricky one this, actually. If I moved it from here just to here, forward, the fact that it's firing on that card through that PDF, would that one stop it firing? I kind of want to feel like it would, but there's something that feels a little bit off about that. There's something that could maybe suggest that no, he's got to keep firing because he's moving down his own PDF. Maybe I'm just thinking in a Grantos type way that's rubbish. I mean, I know for a fact that if he moved here, well, in fact, I know for a fact that if he moved from here to here, he wouldn't continue firing on that card. So is that any different, really, Grant? I don't really think it is it? Well, we'll get to that when we come to it. Then the stuff that's firing on here, well, that's the mortar and a 3-2 platoon. So yeah, we are going to have to create some sort of ceasefire from something at some point, or move something. The thing is, this 2-step platoon could actually move into here, infiltrate into here as a squad. That's not terrible, because assuming he succeeds infiltrate. Remember there though, we're going to need somebody up there to do that. Well, second platoon's going to come up there to do that. So we could do with some commands for second platoon. We could do a big number for them. And then the other bit of firing is this from there to there, and this from there to there. That is one that if we move something onto there and then put a smoke, like a red smoke. Who's got the red smoke? EXO. Well, the coloured smoke is the COHQ, COXO. He's got purple and red smoke. And the CO First Sergeant. None of them are really handy for that, are they? No. They're all, well, actually, the EXO's here. The EXO's here, so can he not pass on that smoke to somebody else? Yeah, I think so. I think we could look into that, and what we could do is, that's a fire team, pity that wasn't an assault team. Create an assault team, give it either the red or the purple smoke, and then infiltrate onto that card under the trenches. Hopefully all that goes well as well, but if he doesn't, he becomes exposed, fair enough. And then when he gets there, well, he's going to have a general initiative to be able to pop the smoke, can he? But with him putting the smoke up there, that means a ceasefire on that card, I think, and that would stop this and this from firing at that card. And they wouldn't reopen fire on this card because there's nothing there. Well, apart from a friendly unit. So that, yeah, I think that all works. But then all these commands that you're going to need and whatever, wait to see, will be struggling. Right, okay. COHQ, he has 4 commands. So I think I will do the EXO, because I've just said I'm going to give him a command maybe to pass something on, and maybe he can get involved there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna activate the second platoon and the COXO. Right, so that was 2 commands for the COHQ to activate second platoon and activate the XO. So that's our only 2 possible activations. So I'm going to get 3 little blue cubes ready. Right, now COHQ's got 1 command left. Yeah, probably... No, sorry, he's got 2 commands left. I probably want to make a move on this turn, I think. Don't need to, though. I don't need to, because I'm not going to platoon. The only platoon that I might move up is this. You know, a full platoon is probably this into here. That's assuming we get the commands for that. So while he's still sitting here, he's still in communication with that, and he's in line of sight with these. Unfortunately, they went under the cover. That's the thing. Yeah, they're probably going to stay under the cover. It just doesn't seem like it's worthwhile going undercover with a platoon, with the platoon HQ, and it's, you know, maybe have something under there, but it just seems it's an either or kind of thing. It feels. I mean, while third platoon HQ's under there, he's obviously under there with his whole platoon and can tell them to do things. That's fair enough, but yeah. Anyway, right. So do we just want to leave the HQ? The other thing is here we could. I wonder if we remove the heavy weapons fire from here. Then no. That mortar's there. That mortar's firing into there as well, isn't it? Yeah, because he's become. So I would definitely have to move that. But if I was able to stop fire with that and just have the small arms firing into there, would I be willing to take the chance? I would prefer it if it was small arms firing into here, because I'd be under trenches. So can I maybe achieve that? You maybe could if it was this card that was firing, Grant. The best VOF from this card is small arms. So there you go. So if you can stop them firing on that kind of works. I guess the reason I'm stopping here, one, that if the COHQ if I should use one of his command to maybe do something with this 50 cal machine gun, why don't I just put him across beside the first sergeant? First sergeant's got 5 commands, so he might move elsewhere. And if I move him from here to here, he's going to continue firing. He's going to be exposed, Grant. He's going to be exposed. That kind of works. Right, I think I'm going to use... COHQ is going to spend 1 more command to order the 50 cal machine gun. What are we going to do with the mortar, though? Who's the mortar attached to? Because that was something that I was looking at when I was watching video footage. He's attached to 3rd platoon. So, well, that's in there. So, no, wondering if I might have blundered then. Because would he not have to get the order from his superior? Like, would it not have to be from 3rd platoon HQ? I'm just wondering if we might have, because he's got split off from his platoon. Oh well, you know what? That'll maybe be brought up if it's something that I've done, because don't think 2nd Platoon HQ can give him an order, can they? I mean, the COHQ, the XO, or the First Sergeant could, but I don't think he has to. The platoon that he's attached to, that's the only order he can get from a platoon HQ. I would have thought. I might have that wrong. Okay, so we're saying move that across there, and you know what, the First Sergeant could maybe move up there. Yeah, I like that. Right, so I'm gonna use that one command more for the COHQ to give an order for the 50 cal machine gun to move up in the hedgerow bocage here. Under the cover or not, Grant? Well, maybe yes. Yes. Yeah, because when the First Sergeant moves up there, he's going to move under the cover as well. Yes, I'm going to move him under the cover. So he's going to be tucked in there beside. However, we're going to need an expose marker. And that cover is on all three of them. Okay. Just zoom in a little bit. Want you to see that? So that was from the COHQ. Now he does have one command left, so he could make a move right now, but I don't think so. I think we'll save that last command. And you sure you're happy with that going under the cover? I think so, because I think when I do my First Sergeant thing, he's going to move under that cover to. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Well, no, we'll get him to move the mortar. We'll get the First Sergeant to move the mortar. We won't worry about. Right, okay. That's the COHQ. He's had his thing. Now, a couple of things happen there. Because when that 50 cal machine gun moves from here to here, this PDF comes off. And like I thought at first, he would still continue to fire because there's a PDF in this card that he's wanting to fire down. However, he's exposed. He cannot fire while he's exposed. So the crossfire comes off because we're only getting one fire from one PDF. However, the heavy weapons does not come off right now because the mortar is still firing. And that's why we need to budge the mortar. If we budge the mortar and leave the squad there, it'll be a small arms that'll be firing in there. If we happen to move them both or do a ceasefire, then nothing in there. I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm doing with that. I think I'd like to try and leave a contact situation when we come around to potential contacts. Because if we do that, there's a chance we could end up with engaged from that first contact and then only have to draw 3 cards on the next one. So, yeah. Okay, so we've activated XO in the 2nd platoon. Where's XO? XO's moved up to here. So he's not undercover though, so he's going to have to shimmy about a bit, move under the cover to give orders under that cover marker, I think. Okay, should we do something with 2nd platoon first then? No, hold on. That's a problem. Because I'm saying they'll platoon move up to there, but there's a problem with that, isn't there? Then they'll all just start firing on that card, which means I'm going to have to do some kind of ceasefire. And I don't think I want to move them up under this cover marker. Is there a step issue there? That's 2 steps in it. That's 4. That's just 1. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, there's not. Paralyze unit as well, but there's not. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're going to have to move on to there and then declare order a ceasefire. So that stops, I think. Right, well, yeah, it can sometimes be the timing of how you do things here, though. Right, so we're going to do 2nd Platoon HQ, who is activated. He is not undercover, so he is also going to get a -1. And we only got a 3, so that is only going to be 2, and he had none saved, and that's rubbish. Yeah, I wanted at least 3, didn't I? Because I now cannot platoon move and ceasefire. What's 3rd platoon got? He's got 1 save command, yeah, because we're going to have to hope that these draw something, I think. The first sergeant here, Grant, he's got 5 commands, but he's not going to be able to start doing anything until the staff impulse, isn't it? The initiative staff impulse. So the EXO is going to be able to do stuff before. Hopefully he draws something and we can get something up there with that. Well, the first sergeant is the one that could come up there. He was going to come up here anyway, wasn't he? And then call the ceasefire, because he has got 5 commands. So why not just deal with that? Okay. Right, we're going to... I'm not going to move under that cover marker. I don't think I am. We don't need to get underneath that cover marker. And especially if we're just going to call a ceasefire. Right, I'm going to use the 2 commands of 2nd platoon. So it spends both of these commands. And I'm going to platoon move into the hedgerow bocage. So it's not, we can't infiltrate. Platoon infiltrate. It's got to be an individual sort of move, and I'm not going to go undercover. Nah, I'm not. So it's 2nd Platoon HQ, 2-2 platoon, 2nd light machine gun, 2nd bazooka, and the artillery, which is attached to 2nd platoon, isn't it? Yes. So yeah, all of them on that card. Right, I'll get that done. Right, okay, so we got busy card up here. So just going over things. It looks straightforward. There's this... actually, not quite finished. Right, so they're all exposed. The 2nd platoon that done the platoon move. I mean, obviously this is a 3-2. This is part of 2nd platoon here. The squad. But it didn't move. It was here already. So these 3 are under the cover marker. 50 cal machine guns exposed. All these are not under any cover, they're exposed. The paralysed team is also just not under cover, but it's not exposed, and then we've got a casualty unit there. Yeah, that was the other thing about creating a casualty collection point. Well, you know what? If the COHQ gets a big high number next turn, then maybe we can do that. And I think the way this mission's went, it wasn't like the last one where we could just say, yeah, let's just create a casualty collection point and put this together and put that together and move these here. We've not got the mission sort of dealt with yet, so let's not worry about that too much. So that was that, and he only had 2 commands, so that was that, basically. Right, the EXO is not undercover, unfortunately, and he's green as well. We have him activated though, and he's got 3 commands already. So we're going to draw a card for him. And it's going to be a -1, but it would be nice to see a big number. 3, like to have seen a 4, but however it is. So 3 - 1 is 2, so he has 5. So, right. What do we start doing then? I think this is the time to yeah, because they're all under the cover marker, aren't they? So he's gonna have to go undercover first, become exposed, undercover, and then start messing about. But well, first platoon does have 2 commands saved, but so 3rd platoon has 1 command saved. But again, these are under this cover as well. So I'm as well doing this with XO. I mean, he was one that I was able to activate, so I'm as well doing it. So I think so what's he going to do here, Grant? Is and are we going for both of these? Yeah, I think so. We want to infiltrate. Yeah. We want to get infiltrated on this card before we do the ceasefire as well, Grant. Well, that can hopefully come from third platoon. What have they got saved? Just one. So they could end up with getting a 0. It's possible. I mean, I could get the 2 assault teams from here. What is that? Oops. That's a squad. That's a reduced squad. Why not break an assault team from here into here, and then use that squad infiltrating into here? I like that. That's pretty good, isn't it? And then get this ceasefired, but yeah, we need to ceasefire. Now, how are we going to do that? If I get these to ceasefire, that won't stop them from firing, will it? No. If I put the smoke onto that card, I think that then stops everything firing on that card. But if I give an order to ceasefire here, that just stops that fire. It doesn't stop that, does it? Because I'm kind of quite keen on having a small arm still going into there. I know I've already said that's a bit gamey, Grant, but I don't know. I don't feel it's in the rules, and hopefully somebody will tell me, well, you could give an explanation of how that works within the theme of what we're trying to do somehow. Probably somebody will be able to come up with something for me, hopefully. Or just tell me I'm gaming it. I'm just like trying to sneak about using the game. No. And the reason I want this one to stop, because obviously this is the one with the light machine gun, where there's no light machine gun there, so it would definitely be small arms there. The fact that incoming marker's still on there, does that have any... Not really, that's going to come away, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine as well. Okay, I like that thought. So, and the EXO's got 5 commands, so 1 to move undercover, 1 to split off an assault team, 1 to send the assault team, 1 to send the squad. And to be honest, we could have left that. That's 4 commands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaves them with 1. I think the problem is I could activate first platoon and maybe get 2 or 3 commands and then not have anything to do then. So yeah, I maybe don't want to do all of that actually. Well, the EXO can only save 3, but obviously the first platoon HQ can only save 3. So, and I don't know how many they're going to get. But remember, they're using the smaller number. However, they are undercover. So this is the plus about being undercover. Being on their own, not in communication, not being able to get activated by the COHQ, but they're undercover, so they're getting that extra +1. So it kind of helps. It takes away the. I mean, there's the last card. They would have been getting activated with a 3, whereas now they're getting activated with a 2, but they're not getting the -1, you know? Which kind of balances it out, doesn't it? Because that 3 would become a 2, but the 2 would stay a 2. So it's like, that kind of works that way a little bit. Right, I'm going to move the XO. I'm going to spend 1 command to move the XO under the cover. So what I should be able to do here is just snuggle things along a bit. Oh, making a mess. You're making a mess, Grant. And then that says that I think it's quite clear. However, he is exposed, right? So he's now under the cover marker. And then he's going to... Well, if we break one of the platoons down and then move the squad. That would be 2 more commands, and save 2. And then let first platoon, yeah, that's better, in case first platoon HQ gets too many. So I'm going to use another command to, what is it? Detach a team or detach something. I forgot what it's called again. It might just be detach a team actually, Grant. Yeah, detach team, yeah. So we're going to detach the team. That's going to cost me 1 more command. So XO's down to 3. Detach the team to create an assault team. Yeah, because although we've got a fire team there, they're no good for that. So we've got an assault team. Let's put them down the bottom just now. And then, well, you know what? I'll just use him. To send the assault team. So, yeah, that does leave you a possible exhort option. First platoon HQ going to be able to exhort, because this is the more important one. We'd really like to get this guy infiltrated under that trenches, and then I'd feel comfortable about that whole ceasefire bit. Oh yeah, somebody's got to do the ceasefire as well, Grant. First platoon HQ, he's got 2 saved. It's risky. Maybe we should use 1 more command of the XOs if we're going to do a ceasefire as well. Wait just now, let me not, I'm not spending that command yet. I'm on 3, and but we have split that team down, because we had 5, moved undercover, that's 4, detach the team, that's 3. I just want to double check. Well, that'll be here, Grant. Just ceasefire. It's on that page. That's shift fire. Ceasefire. Right, let's all look at it. Right, so ceasefire. What's happened? No, 37 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought I'd maybe blundered there. So ceasefire, cost 1, it's automatic, any HQ or staff, any unit in communication, this is a recipient, any unit in communication exerting a VOF regardless of the chain of command. Remove the VOF PDF generated by all occupants of the card. So it is only all occupants of that card. Once order is given, it's passed on and carried out by all units on the card, whether they are in communication or not. Note that units will immediately open fire automatically on enemies in line of sight. So that works. That's perfect. Which is kind of how I thought it worked, but I don't know, just for some sort of reason there, I thought if I cease fire, will it stop them fire these on this card? Well, that's not what that says. It just says all occupants of the card, of that card, so it's on that card. So I think I'm going to use an extra command by the XO then. No, hold on. I need to send the unit forward first, because the whole point is to infiltrate, isn't it? Right, okay, well that's fine. So spend 1 command down to 2, and we will attempt to infiltrate. Well, hold on. Yeah, because we need. Right, I've got 3. If I send him to there and then I send him to there, I've got 1. The one that's more important to do the exhort on is the one that goes here. So shouldn't I just do that one first? Yeah, maybe, because we still have the first sergeant back there to be able to maybe come up and do some other shenanigans. Well, no, I think I'm going to be able to infiltrate with them both. Whether it does, if it doesn't succeed, then it doesn't succeed. That's what's going to happen. Fair enough. Right, I'm going to actually send the squad then. Well, actually, I'll just send this squad. I'll just send this one, because that's a 2-step squad on there as well. So we'll just do 3-1. So I'm going to spend 1 command down to 2 now. I've tried to get down to 2 a few times, and I'm down there now. And we're going to attempt to infiltrate under the trenches here on this card. That costs 1 action. That's a curious thing. See, when we detach that team, surely it has to be under that cover marker, doesn't it? Well, in actual fact, he'll need to be under that cover marker, because then we'll not be able to give him the order. Yeah, I mean, come on, Grant. You had a squad that was under a cover marker. You detached an assault team from that squad. They're going to be still in that cover, aren't they? Please tell me that's right, guys. I can't see why it wouldn't be. Detached team. Reduce the squad. Place either an assault or fire team into play on the card, transferring the assets to the detached team as desired. 2 set squads may not be. Well, I mean, it kind of doesn't really say, but it's coming from the unit that's splitting it off, so it's got to be in the same place. So if it was out of cover to start with, it couldn't then be in cover, and if it was in cover, I don't think it can be out of cover. Reduce the squad by a step and place either an assault or fire team into play on the card. Well, I'm going to assume that, but please let me know if there's something not right about that. And that did say there that we could transfer any assets to the detached team as desired. Transferring the assets. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do this now, but I can maybe leave that there. Transfer assets. So it would have to be. Would it have to be transferred from the squad that it detached from? Or could it come from somebody else? You would think it's going to come from the squad that's detached from, Grant. Surely. Yeah, I think so. So that actual 3-1 squad would have to have had assets to then pass on to that assault team. And we've not got any of our squads that have assets, so I would need to transfer them about as well. But I mean, you're moving about assets. Yeah, I think this has got to be the pick up action, isn't it? Have an infantry unit pick up items from the card or from a different unit. Or have a vehicle. Mark any infantry units involved exposed. So, right here, before we've done that, if I wanted to do a pick-up action, right? First Platoon HQ, what's he got? He's got, no, he's not got an umbrella. Well, let's just say we wanted to give him that green star cluster that he's got. Then we could do a pick-up action for the 3-1 squad to take that green cluster. That would cost 1 action to do that. Both the first Platoon HQ and that unit would become exposed. Well, then he would not be able to move after that. Have an infantry unit. Or have a vehicle embark all infantry units, casualty and load. I don't know if that's just meant for that part. See when that says, because it's a separate paragraph, isn't it? It says, have an infantry unit pick up items from the card or from a different unit, or load/unload items on off a vehicle or embark a vehicle. And then the next paragraph is, or have a vehicle embark all infantry units, casualties, and unload any items in their card area. Mark any infantry units involved exposed. Is it just involved in this part, or is it involved in the whole of that part? Dropping items can be carried out without an action, and disembarking is carried out as part of vehicle actions. Yeah, not so sure about all that. Well, yeah, here's 5.16. Actually, that's suddenly triggered something. Andrew had mentioned about going to look at this because it's quite interesting. What was he? It was to do with transportation. And yeah, while I'm here, I'm going to go and see what his comment was about that. Yeah, he just said that some interesting stuff in the transportation. He says, take a look at transportation and pinned units. And see how that affects. I think it affects the HQ's communication. I need to read through this. I think that's a back in casualties, so it's not that. Well, I'll get around to looking at this. I think what I need to know just now, what I was wanting to know is probably this here. So, an infantry unit, whether it is marked exposed or not, may pick up and drop off items up to transport capacity. You must give a unit a pick up, load, unload, embark order to pick something up, but you can have any unit, including litter and paralyzed teams, drop something off without a separate command anytime you need to. Mark any unit that picks something up as exposed. You do not have to mark a unit as exposed if it merely drops something off without otherwise exposing itself. If you want another unit to acquire and use what was dropped off, such as ammo, then you must order the second unit to pick it up. Yeah, so it does mean that it would be marked exposed. It's not both units though. They are the unit that's picking it up for. I don't think that gets exposed. So I'm not quite sure where that came about from. Okay. Yeah, well, if it's marked exposed, you're going to have to plan ahead a little bit for that. That's not what we want to do now. Anyway, we've decided how we're going to do a ceasefire, Grant. So you're getting yourself a bit sidetracked here. Right, so we've not actually drawn cards, have we? So I've gave the action. Yeah, I've got 2 commands left. That's fine. And we're going to infiltrate. There's VOFs on that card, so it's a 2-card draw. It's a line unit that's carrying out the. Now remember, that one is the recipient, isn't it? What am I looking for? Infiltrate. Movement, actions, use recipient experience. Attempt to infiltrate an adjacent card. So yes, any good order unit. Well, this is a squad. So we're getting a 2-card draw here and looking for the silhouettes of this infantry units. Now, the reason I'm doing this one first is I could give an exhort order there. I still have 2 commands left, but I'd rather not, obviously. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, and we're looking for the infiltrate. No. So I've got 2 commands left. Well, I can still use them both. I guess I was trying to save one, but I think it's worthwhile exhorting this guy because I have moved him as a squad. And we're hoping that, the plan is to leave small arms fire on that card. And small arms fire is just a 0 anyway. So, but it is fire that he's going to take and he's going to have to check. Right, okay, I'm going to exhort then. So I'm going to spend 1 more command. We're going to draw 1 extra card here and hope for the best. Oh dear. Right, well that's annoying because I didn't really want to spend that extra point. But you're not going to know until you draw the card, Grant. Right, so we fail at infiltrating the card. So, unfortunately, he is exposed under the trenches. Now, I'm going to start doing this differently. I realised that it is kind of better having the exposed on top of the cover. Wait you see, I'll find that it's annoying me now that way because I've been used to doing it the other way. But we'll see. Anyway, so he's exposed on that card. So he is under trenches, -2, +2. He does get a +1 for the cover, so he's sent at +1. So now, well, we could change things here and not. I think we have to actually. Can we still have the small arms fire on that card? Maybe do it that way then. Well, maybe we need to see if. Yeah. We we need to see if the infiltrate works here, maybe. So I might be completely ceasing fire then, I think. Right, we're using the last XO action. Am I using the last XO action? First platoon's got 2. He could draw a 0 though. So he could end up with just 2. Would you be happy with that, Grant? That would be 1. And then no exhort possibility. And then ceasefire. Yeah, and if we draw something, so will I save that 1 XO command? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm going to save the XO command. Right. Anything changed there with that? No. No, because they're still firing and whatever. Yeah. That was annoying. Right, so now we're into the initiative impulse. We have first platoon, third platoon, and we have the first sergeant. So, yeah, we'll want to do first platoon first. So, I'm going to draw. Now, he is undercover. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's good. So, but this is initiative, so it's a small number, which can be a 0, but he is getting. He's -1 for being green, but he's +1 for being undercover, and we're at contact. So he is getting, I mean, as long as it's not a 0, we're okay. So with a small number, no modifications, a 2, good. Okay, so he gets 2 on top of the 2 that he had. So he's got 4, so that's good. And we might well be able to save a little bit here. So he's going to use his first command to move this assault team. Attempt to infiltrate with that assault team and knocking his commands down to 3. Again, it's assault team that is a recipient, so it's a 2-card draw to attempt to infiltrate. Sure, this time. Yeah, there we go. Just one of them. But that means we don't have to exhort that one. So, okay, so we'll maybe change things here then. Because to be honest, this is a +2 base card as well. So that succeeds. So this assault team is there, not exposed. The first platoon still has 3 commands. Yeah, because I think if we ceasefire here, and I think what we're going to try and do is ceasefire there as well. And then either ceasefire here or see if we can create a small arms. Well, we've moved a bunch of stuff. Ah, yeah. Yeah, we've moved a light machine gun in here. Oh. Well, we were expecting the other. Well, hold on. No, Grant, we can get the fire from here. No, we can't, because he's not firing. I can't start firing there. Yeah, I'm going to have to just create a no contact situation, I think. Unless I want to risk this squad, but the fact he's exposed, he's sitting at a +1, did we say? He's sitting at a +1. I don't fancy drawing that. Especially when this is an objective. And hold on. He's likely to draw contact anyway, Grant. So, well, Well, yes, you're caught between two things there, isn't it? A rock and a hard place, if you like. If I remove the fire from there, it's an automatic contact. Well, not necessarily, because it would randomise between the two contact markers, and if we did still have a VOF somewhere, it might end up being this one that's the automatic contact, and then that might then be a draw, and we might have managed to avoid it, but yeah, I think I have to cease fire, I think. When does... Yeah, the incoming's going to go away before the contact anyway. Not like that. Oh! Nah, no. Yeah, it goes away before it, Grant. That's what you just looked at. Because if that was still there, then that would have the effect, but... Okay, first platoon HQ, where he is on his card, is going to give a ceasefire order. So... that's going to come away. There's not going to be a crossfire. That is still going to be firing. And it's not going to be... It's just going to be small arms. Yeah, that's what we said, but we're still worried because that guy's exposed. I think having small... no, that doesn't come away just yet, Grant. So yeah, so it's just having small arms from there. Well, you can still think about it if you want. So we're still at contact. And we're going to save the last two commands of first platoon. We've got two left. I think we just save them. Don't we? Yeah, so we've got an assault team on objective, the secondary objective, and we've got, unfortunately, an exposed two-step squad in the primary objective, under trenches, admittedly. Yeah, there's no... I can't do this. Okay, never mind. Right, we're going to activate 3rd Platoon HQ then. He is also undercover. Yes, he is. So he's got a +1, -1, but this is an initiative draw, so it's a small number, so no modifications, he gets a 1. Well, okay, so he's got 2. Well, now you've got to decide if you want him ceasefire or not, Grant. That paralysed team is not under cover, so I can't do anything with that. Probably better just save my commands anyway. So, do we ceasefire? I don't know. I think I'm going to take a chance with this, because I feel like if a ceasefire, and we're obviously going to ceasefire there, I think, then it's definitely a contact. So, yeah, it could be that this is the automatic one, and then we draw for that and it's not, but what's the chances of that? I think there's still a chance that we find 2 contacts here anyway. So I'm going to take a chance, and I'm not going to ceasefire. So they are still going to be firing at that car with small arms. And yeah, that income is going to go away. It would just been perfect if I got the infiltrate. That would have been spot on. However. Right, okay, so I think I'll just save the 2 commands of 3rd Platoon then. I don't really want to do anything more with them. No, so I'm going to save that. So now we've got the 1st Sergeant. Right, so he's got 5. He's going to get 1 more. And the initiative impulse. So he's got 6. Right, so he's going to move up beside his... Now the thing is, if he moves undercover, he then... Oh no, undercover's fine. When you're declaring a ceasefire, well, it needs to be somebody with a VOF on the card, but we've got a squad in there that is... So if I ceasefire, if I'm under that cover, he'll ceasefire, so with the mortar section, And then, although these aren't direct order, they will cease fire as well, because they're not in communication. But it says that. It clearly states that once order is given, it's passed on and carried out by all units on the card, whether they are in communication or not. So that's fine. So, but would I want to do anything else when I got there? See, there's a paralysed team there. So I could have a go at doing something like that, couldn't I? Yeah, let's not move undercover then. So he's going to move up here, but not undercover. So he's beside the paralysed team. That's one action. He's got 5 left. He's exposed. No, him. Yeah, so he's going to declare ceasefire, right? So that I'll have to do that anyway. So that takes it down to 4 actions he's got left. This PDF comes off. This heavy weapons comes off. And remember, they would open fire again, but they've no target, so that's what we're doing. So they're not going to open fire on that again. We are going to leave this up here just so we keep the condition of contact. I don't know, that could be a bad move, but we've done it now. So right, so he's got 4 commands left. Why don't we try? Oh, wait a minute. Just let me rewind this if I can't do a paralysed team to because remember, it's sometimes the platoon HQ. Where is it? I want to convert a paralysed team to a litter team. It is. It's a platoon HQ. I can't do that. Dear me. I'm sure, I guess, well, that's going to come out soon, and Andrew hopefully might give me a reasoning for why that is. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, don't get me wrong. It looks like it's been deliberate. It's just, I guess what, it's another one of the ones that I think could catch you out, thinking that any HQ could do that. So, 2nd Platoon HQ, well, he's spent all his commands anyway. So, then I won't not move undercover, right? So, that's the only thing. Now, hang on, I spent another command. What did we have? We had 6. Moved on the card, that's 5. Declared the ceasefire, that's 4, right? I've got 4 saved. But I'm going to allow myself to go under the cover beside my machine gun rather than not under the cover, because it doesn't matter. And like I say, the ceasefire can work from under there just as well. Okay, undercover. No, exposed first grant. So we only need 1 of them. So they're both exposed, and we're all undercover. That can go away. Right. So he's got 4 commands left, but he can save up to 9, remember. Yeah, this one about. I mean, we could. I don't think we want to push it. I think maybe if we get enough general initiative, maybe push that guy up. Because we are creating a contact situation still. There's not going to be an automatic on these Bs. Yeah, I'm going to save the last 4. So we've got general initiative come. I'm at over an hour there. I've been talking about it here, haven't I? Well. Well, I'll finish this general initiative and I'll call this apart, and then we can come back to the. Once I've copied it across, I'm still here. I'm still good to go. So yeah, let's draw for general initiative. So what do we want? Well, the thing is, we don't. He's undercover. He's not, but we don't want to search for it, seek it, because it then gives him. It gives him a +1, but it gives him a -2. Yeah, I think if anything. Well, to be honest, the second platoon HQ could try and rally that. Or this third platoon HQ could try and rally that. I wonder why that has to be a platoon HQ. Come on, guys, tell me. I'm sure you'll tell me, Andrew. It's that one and the one converting a fire team to an assault team. What's that in the old rules? Push that out the way because that'll be in this card. Well, I've just got the card for it. Rally actions. I'll tell you what, it's not. It's different. Maybe I might just pause here a minute and just see. Could that be a glitch? Why would I have two of them though? They've got. Well, there you go. There's the old. It's not. Well, why not look in the rulebook? Yeah. Right, hold on. Let me just double check it in the rulebook. Right, so there's the same page side by side. That's the rally actions in the new rulebook. This is rally actions in the old rulebook. So as you can see there, we've got the ones that are different. I mean, any HQ or staff, any. So, but there is two. There's B, which is attempt to convert a paralysed team to a litter team, which says platoon HQ. And then there's D, attempt to convert a fire team to an assault team, platoon HQ. This one I can maybe see, but this one I can't really, but there's maybe a reason. And there is while I'm looking at an old rulebook here, there is a reason that I'm looking at this new rulebook, because this old rulebook and the situation wasn't great. So, but you can see every one of these have any HQ or staff. And there's the one there, convert paralysed team to a litter team. It does not say platoon HQ. And there's the one there, convert a fire team to an assault team. And again, it does not say that. I'm going to go and ask this question, just in case. Maybe it's been something that's not noticed, and, you know, these things happen. Or at least we'll get some answer. I mean, yeah, I mean, these are platoon commands. I'm just looking at this one here. Any attempt to have a platoon concentrate fire. It's a platoon command. Attempt to have a platoon make a grenade attack. It's a platoon. You've got to have the platoon HQ, but these are not, are they? They're just rally actions. So, okay, I'm maybe just going to have a quick. Well, why not just finish the turn first, Grant? Well, the problem is that I might have used the sergeant to do that. Yeah, I'm going to just give me a minute. Well, the thing is, I'm not going to get an answer right away, am I? And I want to cut this video. Well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll cut the video now. So, and if for some reason there's a glitch in that, and it should say NAHQ, I'll rewind things slightly and I'll do what I was going to originally do. I think that's fair. We've not done the general initiative yet, so that's where I'm at. I'm going to put my phase marker at that, just in case I get dragged away. So a phase marker is going to show that I'm in the general initiative phase. However, well, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll leave it at the CO staff impulse. And we've got 4 commands saved for the first sergeant, but if I find out that is a glitch and we are allowed to attempt to rally that guy, obviously need to be outside the cover, but that's fine. I'll move him out, leave him exposed, and then we'll use a command to try the rally action, just in case that's something. So, but Andrew's generally quick at getting back to me. Well, not back to me, back to the questions on the game. So hopefully, you never know, I might even, while I'm just putting this part together, get an answer. So, right, but I'll leave this part like that for now, and we'll come back to either finishing off the CO impulse or the general initiative. Okay, back later. Cheers.